doctor gonna write. Together we will fight.
Some changes in the pound-for-pound rankings after Jon Jones departs and leaves the UFC and retires. So now the top 5 is Makhachev, Merab, Topuria, DDP, and Ankalaev. Tom Aspinall moves up 3 spots to number 8. I guess he absorbed some of Jon Jones's aura, so he's number 8 now. And now entering the pound-for-pound rankings is Khamzat Chimaev. With Jones departing, Khamzat enters at number 15. Tagir Ulanbekov moves up 1 spot to number 11 after his win over the weekend over Azat Maxim. Ulanbekov and Maxim had a strong clinch fighting contest for 15 minutes. Very grueling. Tagir was just a little bit better and got the decision. Fiziev won a decision over Bahamondes, so he moves up 1 spot to number 10. Khalil Roundtree moves up 3 spots to number 4 after his win over Jamal Hill over the weekend. Hill drops 2 spots to number 6 in the light heavyweight division. Ahead of Roundtree is Alberg, Prochazka, Pereira, and the champ Ankalaev. Ankalaev takes on Pereira. Prochazka could take on Alberg. Also with Jon Jones leaving the heavyweight division. All the guys underneath him move up 1 spot. So now Aspinall's the official champ. Top 5 is Gane, Volkov, Pavlovich, Blades, and Almeida. Maybe Gane takes on Aspinall next. That would make sense. Number 1 versus the champ. Also entering the heavyweight rankings with Jones departing is Rizwan Kuniev. He had a close fight with Curtis Blades. Split decision win for Blades, but Kuniev enters the rankings. And lastly, Daria Zhelezhnikova enters the bantamweight rankings in the women's division after beating Melissa Mullins. Ciryl Gane says everything is now set in motion, likely simulating his preparation for a UFC title fight against Tom Aspinall following a controversial split decision win over Alexander Volkov, where 19 to 20 media outlets scored the fight for Volkov, raising questions about judging in MMA. The two have never been matched up before, but Aspinall called out Gane for dodging fights like their rumored UFC 304 contest. Gane skipped out for a movie role, while Gane fired back that Aspinall only steps in when he's available. Gane's footwork and range could keep Aspinall at bay, but Aspinall's speed and power could cause him to close the distance. It may be an interesting chess match on the feet. Update on Ben Askren's health. The infections are finally under control, and now the focus is on finding a match and preparing Ben for a lung transplant. Ben was awake and trying to ask for wrestling results despite not being able to talk yet. The UFC unveils their new UFC BJJ Championship World title belt. Interesting fact, Ilia Topuria has never thrown a head kick or a body kick his entire UFC career. We'll see if he throws any against Oliveira on Saturday. Lately, he's just been content knocking people out with his punches. Topuria expects to get a first-round knockout. He's confident in that. He thinks he's going to win in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the fight, partially due to the fact that Oliveira doesn't avoid the fight. He will move towards the center of the cage and engage with him in the striking. Oliveira does get dropped in a lot of fights. Topuria does drop a lot of guys in his fight. So regardless of the outcome, expect Topuria to get at least 1 knockdown on the fight.
I think it's going to be more striking fights. Since the first second, he's going to feel the speed and the power. He's going to start to look for the takedowns and for the ground game. But I think that it's going to be very, very quick, because I'm going to finish him in the first 2 or 3 minutes, because as I told you, as I mentioned, I'm not gonna need to close the distance with him. We're gonna find each other since the first second. So when that happens, I'm too much for my opponents. I'm too good for them.
Arman Tsarukyan is the backup fighter for Saturday, just in case something happens in the main event between Topuria and Oliveira. Tsarukyan holds a win over Oliveira. Topuria thinks Tsarukyan would have no chance against him.
Backup fighter for this one is going to be Artem Tsarukyan, right? Or Arman.
That's a bad decision for him. I don't know why he accepted, because you can't come here as a backup fighter. I don't know how long did he train for this fight, but if something happens to anyone, even to me, I think that there's no possibility that something could happen with me. But who knows? No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Even with Charles, he would struggle a lot. And with me, there's like, he has no chances. No chances. Like, first round, first minutes of the fight, what he's going to do? Go for the takedowns. Bro, come on.
do you think he should be next in line after this fight? Because obviously he must be stepping in probably to get back in the UFC's good graces after what happened earlier this year.
I wouldn't give him the chance immediately. He needs to win one more fight. He had the opportunity to fight for the title. He pulled out. I don't know for what reasons, but he pulled out. So he needs to win his shots again against, I don't know, someone. There's Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, many guys in the division that also deserve the shot. So they need to fight between each other.
Topuria could also see him fighting Makhachev one day at 155 for the title or 170. It will be interesting if Makhachev loses to JDM, if he moves back down and tries to win back the belt.
Still one day face Makhachev. Are you okay not doing it, or is that something that's still a goal?
I don't care. I don't wanna run behind anyone. You know what I mean? So if he wants to fight, I will be here. I will defend my belt, and he can come and fight for a lightweight belt, or I can move to the welterweight and we fight for the welterweight belt. I don't care.
For Tom Aspinall, he sees Topuria as the future of MMA, not just because of skill set, but his diverse background. But Topuria has always kind of indicated he doesn't want to fight that long. So if he is, in fact, the future of MMA, it may not necessarily be a long future.
He's got devastating power. Great grappler as well. Links everything together so well. Great for the sport. Obviously, Georgian / Spanish guy, so he's mixing up nationalities. And just the future, for me, he's the future of MMA. Definitely. He's the next step, if you like. Yeah.
With Jon Jones retiring, he's #1 on the greatest of all time list for some people. Some people know, though, like Ariel Helwani, because of PED usage and a couple other reasons.
He beat them all, and when he was ready to walk away, he walked away. He didn't hold on to the belt for himself. The greatest of all time! GSP! 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 We are learning once again. We are being reminded once again why you're the greatest of all time. You didn't beat the interim champ. You didn't fight for a vacant title. You beat the guy who was the champ. You never embarrassed yourself. You never embarrassed the sport. You never got suspended, steroids, PEDs. And now what we're seeing with Jon Jones, I have to be honest with you, is reminding me why, and the world, why you're the greatest of all time. You deserve that.
Some new opening odds for UFC on ESPN 70. Wonderboy Thompson versus Bonfim. Bonfim opens as a -400 favorite. Walter Walker versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Nzechukwu a -185 favorite. And Mike Davis a huge favorite over Mitch Ramirez. -900 favorite. That's the opening odds.
Waterloading kind of sucks, but also I feel like it makes my skin so nice. Like, I'm not even wearing makeup and it's clearer than usual, but I'm about to go do some cardio before check-ins for media day. This is what we're working with. I always feel so cut on slap week, so sorry for all the flex videos you were gonna get from me.